Channel Swarna Legal Academy. Today we will go to the another topics is coming under Criminal Procedure Code, and that is FIR. Okay, let's start the topic. FIR. The full form of FIR is First Information Report. Okay, First Information Report. So it is coming under section 154 of Criminal Procedure Code. Where it is explained, section 154 of Criminal Procedure Code. Okay, explains FIR, First Information Report. Every information relating to the commission of cognizable offence, if given orally to an officer in charge of a police station, shall be reduced in writing by him or under his direction. Okay, when there will be a cognizable offence, if we saw some cognizable offence near to our home, any neighbor places, so we will do? We will give a report, that is first information report, to the police officer in charge. Okay, that is officer in charge of a police station. If we will give a report, first information report, after watching some offence, cognizable offence, if we will give any information relating that commission of cognizable offence, that is, when we are giving that information, we have to give orally. We will go to a police station, we will tell something about the offence, and police will write all the things in the paper. So that is first information report. If given orally to an officer in charge of a police station, officer in charge, OIC, okay, officer in charge of a police station, shall be reduced in writing by him or under his direction. Okay, when we will explain more things about the offence, about the cognizable offence, if we will explain more things, then OIC will write by reducing it, okay, or in his direction he will write reducing the information. If he will tell many things, so he will write the particular things which is related to the cognizable offence. So this is the first information report. When we will saw some cognizable offence near to our places, or near to our home, or near to our neighbors, anywhere, if we will saw any cognizable offence, we will give FIR to the police station, and OIC, officer in charge, will write briefly by reducing whatever we are telling, he will write reducing, okay, or he will write in his direction. So ingredients are here. FIR is an information relative to the commission of a cognizable offence. So if that is a cognizable offence, then only we will give a FIR to the police. Okay, first information report we will give to the police when we will saw a cognizable offence. Okay, it is given orally to an officer in charge of a police station. So when we will go to the police station, we will tell all the things orally. Okay, so it is mentioned orally. We will tell all the things to the police, and he will write in a paper. It shall be reduced to writing by him under his direction. So he will write. If we will tell more things, then he will write the particular things which will be required. Okay, not the whole things, but which are the main required things, he will write in the paper and read over to the informant. So whatever he written on that paper, he will read over near to us. Okay, we are the informant. The person who is giving information, he is the informant. So police will read everything in front of the informant, whatever he has written on that paper. Okay, the substance of FIR shall be given forth with free of cost to the informant. So the substance of FIR, one of the copy will give to the complainant or informant to the free of cost, without any paise or without any rupee. He will get the free copy of FIR free of cost. Okay, complete name of informant, age, address. So here everything the police will retain their complete name of the informant, age, address. So the informant who has given the information, his name, address. Here complainant is supposed to mention how he was present when the incident took place. So the informant also, or complainant also, have to mention to the police how he was present on that incident. Okay, where the incident took place, how he was present on that place, he has to explain to the OIC, in front of OIC. And place scene of offence in FIR, timing of incident, everything, what time it was done, what was the offence was committed, where was the place, what is the scene, everything he has to explain in front of police. Description of accused, if accused is known. Suppose the informant known that person who has committed the cognizable offence. So he has to tell his name. The complainant has to tell his name to the OIC. If he does not know that person, he is the unknown person, then he has to explain his height, his complexion, his hairstyle, everything he has to mention about that unknown person in front of the OIC, officer in charge of the police station. Okay, manner of committing crime or weapon. Suppose that person is committing, which manner he has committed the crime, like the cognizable offence is what type of that. If he has committed simply, or he has used some weapon, okay, like gun, like sword, knife, is there any weapon he was used? So the manner of the committing crime he has to explain in front of the OIC. Telephonic FIR. Honorable Supreme Court has held that telephonic FIR can be given. Suppose we saw something near to any cognizable offence near to our places, neighbor, near to our home, in our home, so we can give FIR, first information report, by telephonic also. Through telephone also we can give the FIR to the police. Okay, that is also acceptable. Refusal to record of FIR. If the OIC, officer in charge of the police station, if is refused to record the FIR, then what we have to follow the process. If FIR is not received by the OIC, then the aggrieved party can send it by post to the SP concerned, the superintendent of police, who is the superior officer of the police. We can send by post, by writing all the first information report. By writing everything mentioned there, we can send it by post to the superior officer, superintendent of police concerned. Okay, if the person OIC is not received the FIR, then we can send it by post to the superior officer of the police. Okay, if SP satisfied shall either investigate the case himself or direct an investigation to be made by a police officer subordinate to him. If SP received the investigation, either he himself do the investigate, or he can direct any subordinate police officer. Okay, he can direct any subordinate police officer, please do the investigation regarding this cognizable offence. If no information is taken by SP, the informant can make complaint before the court. Suppose the SP is also not receiving the information, the FIR SP is also not receiving, then we can direct go to the court to make the complaint. Okay, in court also we can make the complaint. If the complaint is made to a magistrate can send it to the police station concerned under section 153 clause 3 Criminal Procedure Code to be treated as an FIR. So what magistrate will do after getting the complaint? He will send it to the police station, okay, to do the investigation regarding this first information report. Magistrate will again send to the police station, to any police officer regarding this investigation about this FIR. Okay, it is coming under section 153 clause 3 of Criminal Procedure Code. As per section 155 Criminal Procedure Code, where a case relates to 2 or more offences, of which at least one is cognizable, the case shall be deemed to be a cognizable case. Suppose under section 155 CRPC, if we are giving the offences like 2-3 cognizable offences and also included 4-5 non-cognizable offence, if the cognizable offence is 1 cognizable offence also there, then total the offences will be treated as cognizable offence only, not non-cognizable offence. So if 2-3 non-cognizable offences are there and 1 cognizable offence also included there, then that offence is treated as cognizable offence, which is mentioned under section 155 Criminal Procedure Code. Okay, now it is over. Next time we will go to the another topic. If you really like my video, please subscribe it and share it to your friends. Thanks for watching. Bye.